Shepherd 1 touching down in Portugal. The Holy Father arrived in Lisbon this morning, where more than 300,000 pilgrims cannot wait to see him. Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti. The chance to pray with the Pope is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But the pilgrims will have to wait just a little bit longer. Francis won't meet with them until tomorrow. Currents News' Jessica Easthope tells us the countdown is on for the Diocese of Brooklyn. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Christine. That's right. The excitement is building as news of the Pope's arrival spread throughout the masses at World Youth Day. The Holy Father's first day in Portugal was all business, but pilgrims from the Diocese of Brooklyn had plenty to keep them busy and in touch with the Holy Spirit as they waited. The Holy Father is greeted by the Portuguese president as he gets off the papal plane. World Youth Day in Lisbon marks his 42nd apostolic trip. While he was able to wave to some pilgrims as he was driven through the streets, Pope Francis's first day in Lisbon was spent in meetings. He met with the president and the prime minister, and then celebrated Vespers with bishops, priests, and deacons. But those who have yet to see him simply can't wait.
He's actually on our church for today. But I'm just so excited. Like, when I heard that he arrived a day earlier, it was kind of cool to hear that I'm actually in the same kind of place as him.
Are you guys all excited for World Youth Day?
Dea Bonaventura, a 16-year-old pilgrim from Immaculate Conception Church in Astoria, says she still can't wrap her head around the fact that tomorrow she'll be with the Pope.
Not everyone has the privilege to see the Pope, especially to be able to pray with him. To know that he's here is definitely a blessing, and because he also, with recent health problems, it's great that he's here.
While more than 300 young people from Brooklyn and Queens wait to be in Pope Francis's company, they were led in catechesis by Brooklyn's Bishop Robert Brennan.
Jesus has been using nature to describe the kingdom of heaven, right?
During catechesis, the pilgrims explored their relationship to Christ through one another.
We learn more about God by learning about each other, learning from each other.
Patrice Legout, a seminarian at St. Joseph's Seminary in Dunwoody, says his World Youth Day experience so far has reaffirmed his vocation.
It teaches you and it reminds you that the church is not dead, that Christ is alive, the church is alive. So for me, that has been such a sincere and genuine affirmation to the priesthood.
And like we mentioned, the pilgrims won't get an official first look at the Holy Father until the World Youth Day welcoming ceremony tomorrow night. Jessica Easthope, Currents News. Christine?
Thanks, Jess. Meantime, the pilgrims of World Youth Day have already started connecting with each other. It's become a tradition at the global event for the young people to trade pins. The pilgrims carry a few that represent their country or their culture in the hopes of swapping pins with others from around the world. It's a way to connect with each other despite language barriers. And young Catholics from the Diocese of Brooklyn are all in.
We've met a lot of people from all over the world. Like, for example, I brought some Brazil pins since I'm from the Brazilian community at St. Rita's. So I have these Brazil pins all over to exchange. And I actually exchanged one of them, which was on our way to the bus, with some girls from Chile. So I got my first Chile pin right here, and I'm looking forward to exchange much more as the week goes on.
So cool. One Brooklyn pilgrim even plans to take the tradition in a new direction. She's brought hundreds of friendship bracelets to Portugal to trade with the other young people. She also made 2 giant World Mission rosaries, one of which she hopes to gift to Pope Francis. Senior correspondent for Crux, Elise Allen, arrived in Lisbon today, fresh off the papal plane. She joins us now. Hi, Elise.
Hi, Christine.
So, Elise, a long day for you, but an exciting one. It looks like Pope Francis is very happy to be there. But, of course, we've also seen him struggling a bit getting around, and it's very hot in Lisbon today, I think almost 90 degrees. So how do you feel the Holy Father is handling the trip so far?
I would say he is handling the trip like a champ. He was in great form on the plane this morning. I think what we see is Pope Francis pacing himself. I think he understands that he doesn't have the stamina he once did when he attended his first World Youth Day in 2013 as Pope. He knows his limits, and I think he is very enthusiastic, but he's really aware of how much he needs to pace himself through this entire trip.
And even though the Pope didn't meet directly with young people this morning, they were definitely on his mind. Let's listen to this part of his speech through a translator.
World Youth Day represents a chance to build together. It revives our desire to accomplish something new and different, to put out into the deep, and to set sail together towards the future.
So on top of the Pope mentioning global issues such as migration, he's really looking to the youth for the future of Europe, right?
He really has always had such a strong emphasis on young people. He really has always encouraged them to take responsibility and to be not just protagonists in the future, but also the present.
Absolutely. The Holy Father also spoke to the clergy in Portugal. His visit comes just 6 months after a major report investigating sexual abuse. So what words of encouragement did he have for the church there?
You know, Pope Francis really delivered a strong message of comfort to the bishops and priests and religious in Portugal this afternoon. He stressed the importance of prayer, maintaining a strong prayer life, especially in adoration, and to never lose their enthusiasm and their energy for preaching the gospel and for spreading the joy of the gospel.
All right, some good advice. Elise Allen, senior correspondent for Crux. Thanks for keeping us informed, and we'll check back in with you tomorrow.
Thanks, Christine.
And again, Elise will join us tomorrow to talk more about the Pope's journey in Portugal. Tomorrow, the Holy Father will attend the official welcome ceremony and get to see the hundreds of thousands of pilgrims waiting for him. And Currents News' Jessica Easthope will continue to bring us the point of view of the Diocese of Brooklyn's young people. And of course, you can get even more World Youth Day content in this week's tablet newspaper. Hear directly from a pilgrim as she grows her faith in Portugal, and learn more about the event that over the years has been dubbed Catholic Woodstock. Just pick up a copy of the paper at your local church this weekend to read all about it. And that is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Before we go, let's take one last look at the Pope's first day in Lisbon and the journey of the pilgrims in the Diocese of Brooklyn. Hope to see you again next time.